Guys, because of our strange filming schedule, we didn't have time to fit a whole video based around this, but we want to let you know that we are also involved in the Team Trees movement, along with Mr. Beast and Mark Rober and so many other YouTubers. So we want to encourage you, go to teamtrees.org and donate. We are trying to plant 20 million trees by January 1st of 2020. It's something that everyone can do. Every dollar makes a difference, and you should definitely join in and do this. Go to teamtrees.org, donate now, and I think we're gonna be having more about this come out in the next couple months. We'll probably try and have at least one dedicated video about this, but it's gonna be great. Guys, if you haven't seen all of the other videos with people talking about this and working toward this, you gotta go watch them now. It's amazing what's happening right now. Go to teamtrees.org and donate. Guys, we've got a really fun thing we're trying out today. Once again, we are teaming up with Flite Test, and Halloween's coming up really soon, and we had a really fun idea.
I don't know if you guys have seen this video going around the internet. There is a flying witch, and it's like, it looks so cool because it actually, yeah, it's kind of aerodynamic, so it kind of looks like you have like the silhouette of a flying witch, and you don't see like any strings or drones or anything, and it's phenomenal. And so we had this idea where we thought—
a radio-controlled flying witch.
Yes, there we go. And it's
approximately life size.
Approximately. To be, it's like this.
I have not seen enough real witches to judge compared, but I think it's about life size.
Apparently, other than me, most witches are small. I say other than me because I'm Gryffindor. What up? Anyways, so we decided that we thought it'd be really cool if we did a Harry.
Continue.
What were you saying,
Nothing.
bookworm?
I said Ravenclaw.
That's what I said, bookworm.
I know. Just
yeah.
Carry on.
So we're gonna make a Gryffindor Harry Potter on a broom being chased by a Dementor. It's gonna be amazing.
I'm staying in the video. Anyway, we're teaming up with Flite Test, and we wanted to make our own version of that. So we want to have Harry on a broom riding away, and then him being chased by a Dementor, and we're gonna use two different mechanisms. The idea is that we're actually gonna put like the motor and flight controls and everything on Harry, and then the Dementor is going to be carried by a drone.
Three, we're thinking. Three, like you were saying.
I'm thinking one drone, but 3 strings, so it doesn't just like spin around.
We're good at building things. They make things fly.
That's true. That's going to be up to them. We'll have suggestions. They'll make it work well. That's the whole plan. Anyway, so we are here at a Halloween store to shop for supplies because we think we might be able to find some stuff that'll be useful.
We're at a Halloween store. Bye.
Callie has to go inside now. We think the Halloween store will have some good supplies for making our Flying Harry and Dementor.
So, Harry Potter, look at that, check it out. There's an entire aisle for Harry Potter.
Callie's gonna go buy the
store,
all of it.
Guys, look at this.
Dementor,
look at how cute it is. It's like a baby basilisk thing. He's so cute. His little jaw opens and closes. He's gonna be great. Thank you. Here's my only concern. We wanted Harry, so yes, we want these life-size, but also we don't want to make Flite Test life really, really difficult. So when we say life-size, we want Harry to be, 13-year-old Harry size. Is this gonna be big enough, do you think?
I think so, and if we want to add the illusion of a little more size, we can just get some more streamers that come down another 5 feet, and that won't add any weight, and it will still just make it look more spectral.
Haha! Is it too small though?
Yeah, it's pretty little.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that we could cut these off or make these out of something else so that it looks like the firebolt.
If we had some thin plywood, like a sheet of thin plywood, we could cut this shape out, but make it a little bigger, kind of stick these onto the sides, and I don't actually know if that'd be lighter though. How's it working out?
Yes.
Okay, we've got a lot of foam core. We've got some decorative pieces that we can throw on here. Let's build a Harry Potter.
I don't actually know why he's drawing a broom, but I'm not going to interrupt art time.
Just get a good sense of the whole shape that we're trying to build here.
Cool. This is not a broom. Oh, these are terrible. I'm gonna cut this at the seams and hopefully it splits in half and then we can decide how much to keep.
Cool. Quick update of where we are so far. We made the broom and then I started cutting out Harry Potter body parts out of some more foam core. A lot of freehand going on. I used to do a lot of figure drawing. It's been quite a while, but I'm sure some of my proportions are off, but so far I'm pretty happy with what we've got here. You can see how many lines went into drawing the first versions of these. And for the legs and arms, we are gonna have two, one on each side. They'll be spaced out probably 6 to 8 inches. Right now, everything is basically two-dimensional. There's not a lot of dimension to it that could be used as a wing, but what we are going to do, places like the forearm, anywhere that's sort of long and skinny going this direction, is somewhere where we're going to be able to add some lift to it. So we'll have a piece that fits right onto this arm and it's just perpendicular to it, so you can't really see it if you're looking at the side, but because it'll be at this flat angle, kind of like this here, whoop, if it's angled at the right angle, that should give just a little bit more lift as it flies through the air. So this is where we're at so far. I think now it's time to give Harry a head and then start working out the cloak, but just want to give you a quick update. I'm pretty happy with where this is going right now, and I think we're gonna try and use these pieces that we harvested off of our little toy broom for his feet and make them sort of rest. All right, one more update. We've cut out more of it. I can't pick it up because it's in a whole lot of pieces right now, but you can see Harry down on the table. He has a face now, which is just gonna get painted over and then redrawn on. So we've got like, this is like his cloak sleeve. This is his actual cloak. It's not gonna go this way. It's gonna go like parallel-ish to the ground to act as like the biggest wing. So that's gonna get attached right up here, and then the cloak sleeves will go on as well. I think the cloak sleeves will actually be sort of optional. We're gonna let the guys from Flite Test actually choose a lot. We're not even going to attach things together. We were just talking with them about it, and they suggested that it's better if we don't attach anything, because then to change the center of gravity, they might have to move things forward or back or like stretch them out a little bit, and that's okay, because like there's a couple of points where, you know, right at the hips here, he can bend and he can like come down or up and, you know, move things around a bit. The arms can move a little bit as well. Where they're attached to the shoulders is all quite variable. So that way they'll be able to make sure it's balanced correctly for them. And that is what matters a whole lot more than how we feel like organizing it right now. Our next step is to paint everything. So we're gonna try and paint it all up and make it look real pretty and like Harry Potter. All right, we've got our deconstructed Harry here. All of the parts have been made and painted, so now we have to ship them off to Flite Test. We've also made some panels. These are just approximately the same color as some of the rest of the parts, and the idea is that these can be used as lifts and stuff. So like this
stabilization,
this piece,
basically.
Yeah, this can go on his arm and they can put it at whatever angle they think is good for that. We've got one or two the color of his pants, so we can put those on his thigh. We've got one the color of the broom, so you can have that on the broom. So lots of options for putting like additional wings to give it more lift. They're still drying a little bit.
Apparently.
That's the goal. So we've got all the parts. We've also got the scarf and the cloak, which we're gonna send. Those are actual cloth, and they'll have the option to put those on however they think is going to work best.
Glasses will also be sent, and we're also sending the paint itself, so just in case anything happens, you know, during shipment, they can just sort of touch it up just depending on what they need.
The broom has been temporarily dismantled, and they will have the task of reassembling it.
To be fair, this is probably gonna like meet a terrible demise. It's gonna be great. Like, he is being chased by a Dementor. Like, how's this gonna go for him?
We're now watching through some of the footage that Flite Test has sent us. This is our first time getting to watch as they're like testing things out, making Harry Potter getting ready to fly, all that. It's really fun.
I didn't realize that they were gonna have to make a smaller version first before they could scale it up to the size that we sent them. Mostly it was just hilarious watching their reactions and pulling out like a decapitated Harry Potter.
Just pieces. Guys, this is amazing. You've got to go watch their whole video. It's super entertaining, super cool.
Oh my gosh.
Watching everything fly is just worth it. Go watch them. They've got so many videos that are worth checking out too. Flite Test's channel link down below. You should definitely go check them out. Watch the other part of this video and then watch like everything else they've done.
It was amazing. Thanks, guys.